Hey guys, welcome to the SimRacingPaddock. I'm William Marsh and TGIF. Oh, this has been such a crazy week. It's been so flipping hectic. It's been very productive though, which is awesome. I love when you have a really good week strung together. But let's cap off this week with some good racing, guys. Let's do that. One sec. Let's just fire up my dash. But yeah, this has been a productive, fun week. So, as a lot of you guys will likely have seen, I put up my first impressions test drive video on the Feel VR direct drive wheel. So that is definitely one new hot video that I recommend you check out if you haven't already. So for this live stream, we'll start off with some test driving. I want to test drive the new car that I'm going to be using in the next Sim Racing System Championship, which is the Ginetta Super Cup. So I don't have much experience with this car though, which is going to be interesting. So yeah, Ginetta G55 Super Cup 2017. Should be an exciting car to test out. So let's check out some of these liveries. These look pretty cool. I like this one personally, even though I'm not British. But yeah, okay, never mind. This might be my new favorite. But yeah, this will be the car used in the next Sim Racing System Championship. For tracks, we are going to have quite a few British tracks this season, which are ones I don't really know too well. So let me look over the list of what tracks we're actually going to be using. We are going to be using Thruxton, which is over here. Hold on. Passed it. Or did we pass it? ST. I might not have installed it yet, but Thruxton, first track of the season. Laguna Seca, Brands Hatch, Cadwell Park, Zandvoort, and Donington Park. And note that the race at Donington Park will be a 1 hour event. So it'll be a 1 hour race. Should be very exciting and intense. So keep that in mind, guys. It should be a lot of fun. But first, let's just try to get an idea on how this car feels. So I'll go to a track I'm pretty comfortable with, Brands Hatch. And I'm sorry if my voice is a little hoarse. I went to a San Jose Sharks game yesterday, and it was so freaking fun. I'll put it that way. It was such a fun event. We were playing division rivals, the Las Vegas Golden Knights. I nominate that for one of the dumbest names ever in sports, but they are currently leading the division, which means that basically they're locked into the playoffs right now. We're second place in our division, so we are rivals. We are competing against them big time. And spoiler alert, we won in overtime. So yeah, that's partially why my voice is hoarse, because some great hockey, great game, and actually ended the way I like it to end. So actually the Sharks are on their longest winning streak this season, which is awesome. Okay, so let's get behind the wheel of this car. So, okay, one thing I get a lot of questions about asking with the SimiCube is, are there any downsides? One downside right now, because it's, I think, still the beta software and stuff, is that this will not adjust degrees of rotation automatically. So I was test driving with another car earlier, and it was 450 degrees of rotation. So you'll see that this is steering, like, it's not automatically adjusting. So unfortunately, I had to boot up the SimiCube utility. So one sec. Let's pull that up. SimiCube configuration tool. There we go. And we had to go in here and change it to 900 manually. So this will bring back memories of people who drove back in the day with the Logitech G25 or G27. So yeah, I can force a soft lock on the INI, but it's really abrupt on OSW. Okay. I haven't really tested that out. So I'll have to look into that another time. But yeah, so this is a little easier for now. But thanks, DJ Phil, for the input. I've been just doing it this way from time to time. So for now, it's functional. I'll put it that way. So now it's the actual degrees of rotation. You can see that. So yeah, we can sort that out. But yeah, hopefully, yeah. Easy to access option if you use Content Manager as well. Yeah, the issue though is that, or wait, no audio. Hold on a sec. Had to set it to the right device. There we go. Turn it up for you. There we go. Hold on. A little loud for me. Okay, so there we go. That looks better. But yeah, one issue with Content Manager right now is I don't think it actually works with Sim Racing System. So I haven't really driven this car much. So let's get a feel for what this brings to the table. Solid feel through the wheel. That's my first impression. It does load up pretty heavily. Well, okay. Seems very oversteery. I like the sound of this car, though. Whoop. Little oversteer. So, setup feels really oversteery, but that could mean it's pretty quick. Hold on. Just wanted to adjust my mic a bit. There we go. Just getting a feel for the corners, putting some heat in these tires. There we go, that's good range of motion there. So J-Dash, what city are you from? Atlanta or something? Because Atlanta, they used to have the Thrashers, which became the Winnipeg Jets. I'm guessing that frown means I'm correct. Okay. Oh, yeah, Atlanta. But yeah, it's interesting because we recently just got a former Atlanta Thrashers player, Evander Kane. So yeah, great player. I'm sorry you lost him. Douglas, thank you for subscribing. Thank you. Okay, so first lap, car felt really loose. Now it's starting to feel a lot better. starting to tighten up a bit, maybe once we've got the heat in the tires. Okay. I'm liking this car. It's interesting though, because I didn't pick this car out. Henrique, the owner of Sim Racing System, did, because I just got so busy I lost track of time and didn't come to him with the series. But I'm glad he has good taste in cars. It's going to be interesting though, because I think 2 or 3 of the tracks this season, I have no idea how they are. So I got to learn those. But yeah, you can carry so much speed. Zandvoort, I have kind of mixed feelings on it. It's a cool track that I suck at. I need to learn a bit more. Hey, TJ. Yep, I'm glad I was able to test it. I know the testing didn't go as planned, but hey, failures are a part of racing. And I wish I had more time to test it out, but I understand how development works and stuff. So I really hope that they take the input I gave them and they improve the product. For example, I told them flat out that I think a lot of people, because of the price hike and stuff, they're going to go out and consider Simplicity's 7 Nm wheel, or they're going to consider the Fanatec direct drive. They are about to price themselves out of the market if they're not careful. And also, I think the Simplicity wheel will have the better reliability, and Fanatec will likely have the better compatibility. So there's things to consider like that. I didn't like that the box in, I didn't like the electronics were housed in the base of the wheel, because heat gets generated from the motor. The fan didn't seem to be doing too much, and I think that's partly what might have led to the failure in the wheel. So I talked with the head of Field VR. They did say they're considering moving the electronics into the separate box, which I think honestly is the smarter option. So there's things like that that really need to be improved. And also, what I mentioned, critical, they need to have that driver working. The generic Windows force feedback driver is so that before the stream, I had one of my friends, he asked me if the SimuCube based open sim wheel is at an 8 out of 10 for force feedback, what would I rate the Feel VR? And to be blunt, if the OSW is rated at an 8 out of 10, the Feel VR would be rated at a 6 out of 10. Because there are just some parts of it that are almost broken because of not having a proper driver. Having that violent oscillations without, say, 5% dampening, that is an issue. Realistically, it's an issue that needs to be resolved. Hopefully, as the development continues, they resolve it, but also it's Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm glad they did not release the wheel this month as they originally planned, or else it would have been a bleeping mess. So DJ Phil, some exciting news. I'm going to be talking with Ollie on tomorrow, actually, I think. Tomorrow I should be talking with Ollie over a Skype call, and gonna try to work out a game plan for potentially previewing the SW7C. So I'm excited for that. One minor downside, though, is I won't be able to tell. I don't think I'll be able to test it on the Heusinkveld cockpit because the mounting holes for the motor they are using is different than. So they're using a Midge 80 ST motor, I believe. So it's an 80 ST series, and the the conventional Midge 130 ST used in a lot of open sim wheels, they use different mounting holes on the front, which means it's likely incompatible with the Heusinkveld cockpit, which kind of unfortunate, but I kind of understand it as well. So this car, I'm liking it. Feels good. I need to dial in the setup a bit, and I'll do that later on. But I'm liking the feel of this car. Good sound, also. So, I did download some other mods and stuff that I wanted to test out with you guys. So, I'll switch to that in a minute. So what they said from the mounting bracket, it sounds like they can mount it on 80/20, or they have the possibility to use Logitech mounting holes. So it might be an open sim wheel that uses traditional mounting holes on a consumer grade cockpit. So I'm actually excited for that. This is the Forza rim with the universal hub. That is correct. Hold on a sec. You can check out, I have the review of the Sim Racing Machines adapter, which allows you to use Fanatic rims on an open sim wheel. That's a fun car, though. So, one I'm interested in testing. Excuse me. I have not tested this one recently. It is, I think it's under Chevrolet. The Dallara Corvette Daytona Prototype and the Coyote Daytona Prototype. So, if you look here, I haven't really tried this recently, but this was from IER modding, I think. Endurance or International Endurance Racing mod. And this originally came out around 2014, 2015. So this particular car was in development for 3 years. They just recently said development on this car is finished. So they finished, and they're going to be moving to other cars. So that should be interesting. And I mean, it's an American car, so let's test it out in American track, right? So I like this, and I want to test this out how it is now. So hold on a sec. Hi, I not sure about the rim, either the Porsche rim or Forza Universal Hub. So the Porsche rim, I think, has more features. So that is a nice thing about the Porsche rim. I have extremely limited testing time with it. I tested it one time when I was hanging out with Sean Cole, and that's all I have with that rim. It's about the same size. I think the Porsche rim's a round rim, so it would work maybe a bit better for drifting or rally racing as well. The flat bottom on this is okay. Is there a Ford Daytona Prototype? Not that I know of. I believe now, this Daytona Prototype is also discontinued. They've retired this model. They replaced it with the Cadillac, I think. So, very interesting feel to this. Much lighter. Much lighter in the steering. Easy to lose the rear under throttle. Challenging cars. I remember it that way. Very quick on the throttle, too. Pretty decent sound through like my headphones. Feels a little sterile sounding though. There's not too much of a raw, visceral grunt that I think the real car had. But there was an old, actually there was the old, it was I think the Riley Ford Daytona Prototype. Riley had a Daytona Prototype that was a Ford, I think. I do not have magnetic shifters on this universal hub yet. I'm going to install I have the CryoSim MPS 17 shifters that I'll install on this one. Which I'm really excited because I love the CryoSim MPS 15s that I currently have on my Formula Rim. Rules on Daytona prototypes, I have no clue, to be honest. I'm like the worst person to ask about that. I just know they're the top class. And I think there is a rule, though, that it has to be balance of power with the LMP2s. So they technically are supposed to compete with LMP2 or something like that. I don't know for sure. But it's relatively open for development, the Daytona prototypes, especially the new ones, I think. Okay, at the lower revs, that sounded pretty good, to be honest. You could hear that grunt. Also, we were driving under the tunnel. Let's see real quick. Yeah, you can hear a bit of that raw, visceral grunt right there. This car is very lively. I can definitely tell that. Can definitely tell. So, guys, who's up for some racing with subscribers? Anyone interested if I start up an online server? Z4 GT3 is still my favorite sounding race car of all time. Oh, that was a hard hit. That was a pretty aggressive downshift. New Watkins Glen and Colin, thanks for joining in. Thank you for joining in. Maybe I'll download Watkins Glen and do an online race there. That could be fun. So hold on. I just wanted to move the mic back a bit. I could hear it clipping. So let's exit out. So hold on. We'll need to sort this out. So I'll show you the combo I'm going to use. It is mod content though. I am going to be utilizing third-party content. So fortunately, it's all free. So let's go to race department and wheelies. Congratulations. What wheel did you get? So let's see. Let's go to Assetto Corsa. And come on, Assetto Corsa. AC cars. So I'm thinking the IER car pack, and we'll do LMP2. So there's an LMP2, the Orica FLM09. That should be a fun car to test out. So it's part of this mod. Wait, hold on. Let's check something. Hold on, I need to check. Yeah, Brandon, I'm looking into setting it up. Apparently, I don't have access to my server anymore. I'm talking to the guy that runs the server, so hopefully it's just a logistical issue. He said I could use it, so I don't think. But yeah, actually, something interesting is I just got a G27 from Craigslist for $80. So I'm going to be looking. But yeah, so I'm going to be using the Orica FLM09 if we get the server sorted out. Fun car, should be exciting to drive. And then Assetto Corsa tracks. You guys were recommending Watkins Glen version 0.7. That looks pretty good for 0.7. Not bad. Not bad at all. So it should be fun to test and compare to see how it is relative to, like, I think Project Cars 2 has it, iRacing has it. Unfortunately, Race Room doesn't. That would have been a fun track for Race Room. So it's just downloading real quick. Let me pull up my installation folder. So let me check something real quick. The C7R has almost the same growls as Z4, don't I agree? It is pretty close. It's pretty close in sound, at least. So Watkins Glen has downloaded. Awesome. Assetto Corsa. Lilski Watkins Glen. Content tracks. There we go. Worst case scenario, I might do racing with subscribers on Project Cars 2, so we could just switch over there. But for now, I want to do a quick test drive at Watkins Glen and see what your guys' thoughts are on it. So hold on, just need to reboot Assetto Corsa. Aston Martin or Ford GT GTE. Which Aston Martin GTE? The Vantage? I like the sound of the Vantage, I think, a little more, personally. That's not to say the Ford GT is bad sounding. I think I prefer the Aston. So let's get this party started. Okay, main menu. Let's test out the Orca though. So where's my my Formula rim is in the house. I'm too lazy to grab it. That was funny. So Orca, we'll go big rim with it. Why not? So Watkins Glen, not on the last page. Okay. Watkins Glen boot. Should be fun. Well, this is going to be slightly awkward. I have not heard the sound of the Vulcan. I don't exactly know what the Vulcan sounds like. So, or at least off the top of my head. I might have heard it before, but I just don't know for certain. So let's try this out. I like the sound of this car though. 7-liter V12. Hello, Leslie Motorsport. How's it going? Liking the feeling of this car. Whoa! Okay, those brakes were touchy. Very touchy. We'll try that again. Acura GT3, saw it in person at Sonoma Raceway. Looks freaking incredible. Hey, Joshy, how's it going? Morning there. Are you Australian or something? So, initial thoughts on this track. I think it's based off of the repaved version of Watkins Glen. So, it's interesting because I think iRacing's version is not. So, in iRacing, for example, that runoff doesn't go all the way to the wall. There's some grass there. And, yeah, so the surface looks darker, and I think, though, this is a little wider. It's a little wider than, I think, the real-life version of the track. So there's that, but I think this is a good version. It's pretty darn close. It feels like the angles are pretty done right. Oh, the boot, my bad. I'm used to NASCAR configuration of this. But yeah, I think real life has a little more angle into that corner, I think. Unless they change it in the repave. This, pretty darn good. I always get a little tight out of that corner. Definitely try Rocket League with OSW. Well, if there was force feedback, I think it's like, I don't really want to lose my hands. But, that could be a jump. I'm trying to think how the heck I could do Rocket League. Riku, this is the Orica FLM09. It is part of the International Endurance Racing mod pack for, it's a 2-car pack. It includes this LMP2 and the Chevrolet Corvette Daytona Prototype. Oh, a little loose there. It's interesting because you can definitely tell this car is dependent on downforce. So, for example, at lower speed corners, it feels a little bit floaty. But then when when you have like the air pushing down, when the suspension is under load, oh, you can feel any bump almost. But here, just interesting feeling, and then at higher speeds, it's like, boom. So here, it's like, okay, a little oversteer on entry, though, because I think I lifted off a little too abruptly. Control that slide. Fun car, though. Fun car. Excited about the first F1 race. Cautiously excited. I'm nervous to see the halo and race conditions, personally. I'm a little nervous about it. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of some of the things that are being done to F1 as a whole. So I'm hoping that they are willing to open up their minds and revert changes or innovate in other ways. I don't want to see them double down on the halo. I'd rather see them R&D a solid aero screen. Those curbs are slippery. Which one was Gibson's car? Actually, just want to check one thing real quick. Okay, let me check something real quick. It sounds like my server might be working now, so hold on. Let me check real quick. Let's see. Yes, it's working. Server's working. Yay. I'm excited. So, let's boot up a server. I need to manage it, though, so hold on a minute. It's going to be a couple minutes. So, let's see. Server, content, tracks. Do they don't have Watkins Glen yet, so let's drop that in. Let's see. Can I open an FTP client? No. So how am I going to do this? Let's just figure this out real quick. Whoops. So it's going to go a little boring for a few minutes. Sorry about that, guys. So looks like I need to compress some things real quick. So let's see, tracks. Watkins Glen, let's compress it. Compress that folder. Okay. There we go. Am I heading down to Texas for the U.S. Grand Prix? I'm considering it. It's tricky, though, because Texas, or Austin, Texas, is about 2,000 miles away from me, aka like 5,000 kilometers or something like that. So it's a little tricky to get there, but I might consider it. It would be really fun to go, personally, I think. In my opinion, it would be a lot of fun to go. I've still never seen a Formula One race. Honestly, I might have a better chance of going to Canada because I still have my passport. My stepmom is from Canada. I think she's like a half hour from Montreal. Or that's where her family is. So who knows? Maybe I'll find an opportunity to go to the Canadian Grand Prix. So let's see. Assetto Corsa. I know it's a little boring right now, but we will get it sorted out in a minute. So, tracks. Let's get Watkins Glen. I promised him, the guy who runs the server, that I would leave it open for him by 4 p.m. though, so yeah. One thing I'm excited though, I want to check out is the Norma LMP3. That's coming to R Factor 2 in the near future. And actually, I got to meet a guy who actually has driven the Norma LMP3. He drives it. I don't know his name though, but in the cafe sometimes I work out of, the motorsport themed cafe, he showed up and I was talking with him and he said, yeah, it's a really fun car. So it's interesting. So 17% uploaded. That's a little irritating, but we will get this sorted out. But yeah, okay. So while we're killing time, does anybody have any questions about the Feel VR? I know sometimes I get fed up with people asking about it, but now I've actually gotten to drive it. So if you have any questions, feel free to fire away. So yeah. But yeah, so 31% uploading, and then we'll need to upload, I think, the Ginetta. So we'll upload the Ginetta or something and work that out. But yeah, so how big a puff of blue smoke did it contain? So I'll give you context on what happened with the explosion. Or explosion, like failure, whatever you want to call it. So it was when we had, I had tested on the table. So I brought the Track Racer FS3 wheel stand with me to try to test it out in a semi-cockpit environment. They warned me that they didn't have a cockpit or anything set up. They just had it mounted on the desk, and it was less than ideal, admittedly. So they really had that situation on the so I tested, and then we were mounting it on the wheel stand. So we mounted it on the wheel stand. Hold on a second, I'll pull up an image on how it looks. So hold on, I have an image on how it looks with the wheel stand, and hold on a sec. This is how it looked on the Track Racer wheel stand. It looked good. So on the wheelbase, it utilized the 3-hole pattern from Fanatec, and the pedals utilized the Logitech mounting holes. So it looked good on the cockpit. And then we plugged it into the laptop, plugged it into the power supply. They flipped the switch and the smoke erupted. It smoked for a good 4 seconds. Smoke poured out of the wheel. And the smell was there for a good 20 minutes or so. You could legitimately, like, it reeked. If you've ever had something electrical fail and you smell the smoke, you know what I'm talking about. It reeked. And yeah, I don't know exactly what failed on it because I just don't really know. But they were talking about how it really had a issue with the voltages. So in their area, a lot of lower like income nations like that aren't as well developed on power wise, they use 220 volts. America and other countries, I think like Britain, does Britain use it? I'm not sure. Britain might use 220, but America uses 110 volts. So it's a little more refined, I guess, and requires less of a power draw. So I don't know exactly what happened, but it led to it failing. And yeah, so we were trying with their latest prototype as well. However, there was an issue with it with the power supply. It was blowing fuses. So for some reason, the fuses were popping. So that's why we were using an older prototype. We were using the older prototype version, and that didn't cause the fuse to pop. So we thought it was okay. But unfortunately, it looks like it wasn't. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I'll put it that way. I'm a little disappointed in how it failed, but on the bright side, at least it's a prototype. It wasn't their big release model. And it sounds like they are willing to change things around. So let's hope they actually do. Because if they do, that is going to be good. Hopefully they listen to my criticisms and my input. Because I've had situations where I test products and they don't listen to my input and it turns out being crap. Let's hope that doesn't happen. So hold on a second. Let me dang it, it didn't upload, for crying out loud. So we'll do something else, I guess. So Laguna with let's see. Let's see what we should use. Want to try to find something that's a bit of like a spec series. So, oh, here would be a good combo. Lotus 311. Lotus 311 at Laguna. So let's try that out. So hold on. We'll do 20-minute qualifying and 10-lap race. And then we might need to switch over to, we'll switch over to Project Cars. So hold on. I know I do a lot of Laguna Seca because it's one of my favorite tracks. So yeah. Don't like it? Bite me. So we're doing that. We'll remove the cars from the entry list because I was running a DTM series. So let's do this real quick. Clear that out. So Lotus 311. Or should we do the 211 GT4? Let's do the 211 GT4. That should be exciting. So we'll go with that. And then export, save, server saved, export. Let's figure out where to export it to. I need to figure out how to do my own servers. Would make it easier for you guys. So hold on. Local disks, or no, it's not there. Documents, SRP server. Okay, so almost there, guys. We almost got the server running. Server config. Entry list. That's good. Server config. Riku, that's my series starting next week. I'm doing the Ginetta GT4 next week. That's my series. So, hold on a second. We need to restart the server. So, server name should be SimRacingPaddock. Let me just add that into description. So, I added racing with subscribers to the title. Hold on. Let's see if that's saved. That's saved. So, maybe now that I added racing with subscribers. No, Brandon, unfortunately, I couldn't get it uploaded. Brandon. So, likely because I'm streaming at the same time, the server request timed out. So, most of my setup, like most of my upload speed is being dedicated for streaming. So, I guess it just took too long to upload, unfortunately. So, sorry, guys. But yeah, so. Yeah, let's find the server. Hey, Gary, doing pretty well. Kind of my voice is half gone, though, because I went to the San Jose Sharks game yesterday, and it got intense. So, SimRacingPaddock. Laguna Seca 211 GT4. Should be exciting. 20-minute qualifying, guys. Server is open. But yeah, my voice is half gone, guys. Oh, that was a heck of a game. And then after the game, I actually got to get autographs from some of the Sharks, which was pretty awesome. So, I got a message from one of my friends on Facebook while I was at the game saying, dude, I'm at the game too. He paid $500 for the VIP pack. And yeah, so he actually came up to me during in the middle of the game and gave me some free beers, which was pretty sweet. And then also he said, dude, also, I know where the the skaters parking lot is after the game. We can go there and get autographs. So I was wearing my Sharks sweatshirt and I go there and there's like not a large amount of people there. So one of the nice things was, consider, over 17,000 people were at the game. And there were maybe 25 people outside that gate. So it's kind of a cool thing knowing, oh, that's where the players come out. So we cheer as the drivers come out, or as the skaters drive off, and literally some of them stop and like sign stuff. So for example, Brent Burns, one of the more famous Sharks now, a massive beard and like just crazy personality and almost no teeth. But he comes out and he stops in front of us. I hold out my sleeve for my jacket. He signs it. And then also I had a puck and he signed it too. So that was pretty awesome. Had a cool conversation with him too. And that was one of the nice things, because you could tell that this guy, he was just extremely down to earth. He was a cool guy. And then also other skaters came out. One of my personal favorites, Tomas Hertel, who is number 48 for the Sharks. He came out and had a cool conversation with him. He signed my sweatshirt and the other side of the puck. And then some of the other skaters, like Kevin LeBanc, one of the nice up-and-coming talents, he also came in. A lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, definitely a memorable moment. And also Jeff Newsom, a.k.a. Garth, to some of you guys, he came. And it was his first ever hockey game he saw live. And yeah, the game was awesome. So much competition, and the atmosphere there is just intoxicating. And it was the San Jose Sharks versus the Las Vegas Golden Knights. As mentioned, I am basically a huge Sharks fan. Gamer Muscle definitely knows. And yeah, so this really was one of my favorite games I've ever been to. The game went to overtime, and the Sharks won in overtime. So flippin' exciting. And a memorable game. I got the video clip on video. So, I got the clip on video of the Sharks actually winning, shooting the game-winning goal. So it's super exciting. And hey, Derek, thanks for joining in. Yeah, my Xbox Live gamer tag is in the description. Currently, I am loaning my Xbox One to my sister and her boyfriend to use as their Blu-ray player. And I have my other Xbox loaned to a friend that helped me evacuate during the fires in my area. So I don't have my Xboxes readily available on me. But if you do add me, I will definitely accept it. But yeah, my information is in the description, which... yeah, you can find. But yeah, currently I'm Xbox-less, but I will likely get one of them back soon. I'm asking one of my friends for it back, so yeah. But I think you can understand why my voice is hoarse right now. Yeah, this car, interesting handling. And it sounds like it's supercharged. Or either that, it's that or the transmission whine. I know some Lotus cars use superchargers. Missed that apex a bit, unfortunately. Very understeery through that corner, so might need to adjust my driving style for that. I need to get the remastered version of Burnout Paradise. I might do a stream or two of that because it's fun. I loved Burnout Paradise growing up. I know it sounds weird growing up, but I was only 15 when it came out, I think. But yeah, growing up, I played the Burnout series. Burnout 3, I freaking loved. I would love to see a remastered version of that. I mean, that is one of the best racing game soundtracks ever. Whoa. This just seems so prone to understeering. This is Assetto Corsa, Todd. It is. Why would someone drive an RV on a racetrack? Just curious. And 211's engine is supercharged, same as a Corolla. Okay, thank you for that info. And RV, I think because they're crazy, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you just want a bit of crazy in your life. But yeah, this is Assetto Corsa on PC. Server is live, so you can go check it out. Okay, we just aren't getting the good balance on that corner. I think I'm not taking the proper line, though. We'll see what we can do. Might need to really swing the weight there. Jimmy is now driving with RVs. Well, hey, it's safer than in real life. I might do a YouTube video sometime where it's like dumb driving, where we do dumb car and track combos. That could be an exciting video. For example, like F1 car in a rallycross and Project Cars 2, or RVs, or if we want to go old school, if you guys remember the Stinker Cup in R Factor 1, that would be interesting. Let's try to get a good lap here. Because it looks like the guy that has the second place time, he's closing. Jet car on Nordschleife. Come on, turn, 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 turn. You know it's bad when that's the best turn I've gotten. $136, okay. Todd, thanks for that. I tried to make it accurate, except I did make a mistake in the Forza 7 review. I did make a mistake, I will admit, where I did not fully understand how the weather conditions worked. The PC interface that I was mainly using made it a bit of a pain to access the advanced weather settings. So when I first made the review, I didn't realize you can tailor the weather settings. And in that video, I said it felt very scripted, where every race weather-wise worked the same way. That is actually false, because in the weather, you can actually change it. I don't know if you can make it random, but I don't know. Wheatley's, I have not tested Gran Turismo with an OSW because right now I have no clue how I could make that work. Forza, I have not driven yet. But somebody on Facebook he's messaged me a couple times saying he knows how to get Forza working with an OSW, and he said it actually feels pretty good. So I will have to test it out sometime. So I want to figure something out, because I think the brake bias is way too far up to the front, and it's causing some understeer. So where would that be? Brake bias 68. That felt way too high. Let's try 62. Most terrifying car have I driven? Do you mean in real life or in a simulator? because in real life, I'd say that would be the Jaguar F-Type. I think it might have been the SVR. It was at a Sonoma Raceway historic motor show. They converted the area inside of turn 11 into a actual like autocross course, and they had Jaguars that you could test drive for free. You just had to sign like insurance disclaimer and liability waiver. So I tried that out and it was a lot of fun. Wheatley's Drive Hub does not support OSW because one thing is the OSW requires 2 USB ports. The OSW requires 2 USB ports. It uses 2 USB cables. Oh, in the sim, Bloodwolf. Okay. So in a sim, and terrifying is such a weird like word to use, because terrifying means a few different things. So terrifying, there was this one experimental mod car. It had like 12,000 horsepower or something like that, and it was so weird. It was terrifying, just not in a good way. Terrifying and realistic, on the other hand, I would say the early on iRacing Lotus 49. Actually, no, I take that back. Grand Prix Legends iRacing, or Grand Prix Legends Lotus 49. That car was insane. And it was so much fun to drive, but just knowing like, oh my gosh, one wrong move and I'm dead. That was terrifying. And the atmosphere in Grand Prix Legends really felt great. It felt like a historic race. So yeah, that would be one of the most terrifying cars. One of the terrifying cars I wished I could drive would have been my uncle's Ford Mustang. He had a California Concepts Ford Mustang. Unfortunately, I don't know if he still has it today, but he had a California Concepts Ford Mustang, and it was a supercharged V8 motor. I rode in it a couple times. Oh my gosh, that was so much fun just riding in it. And then just thinking like if I drove it, it would have been so much fun. Thank you, SimRacingRNL, for following. And how are you today? I'm braking a little early there. Let's see if we can build the gap. Code Brown moments in Dirt Rally. I've had those in RBR. I once had to complete half a rally stage without any brakes. No brakes, no handbrake. Because I hit a rock a little too hard and I guess it cut a brake line or something. That's fear. That is fear. Just so much understeer in this car. I have to figure out how the heck to tune it out or anything. But I mean, we're about to go to the race. Let's try flick. There we go. Throw the cars waiting in. Oh, still 1.8 back. it's kind of funny because I have a few vocal critics, and recently they're just trying to come out in full force and try to discredit me and stuff. For example, there's one guy, he commented, I think, in 2 of my videos saying, please remove your video about virtual reality saying that some people can get motion sickness. That is an effing lie. And it's like, it's not a lie. It is true that there are conditions where some people get motion sick. I mean, some people have tried VR for like a week or 2 and they never get over that motion sickness. And part of it's because there's different people in the world that have different susceptibilities of motion sickness, or possibly there's just so many different variables to consider. And if I really say that, oh, I delete those videos and it's like, nope, people don't get motion sick, it's like, that's a lie, because it's a true thing. Why else are video game companies investing thousands and even possibly millions of dollars looking to find ways to avoid motion sickness? Why would they be trying to avoid something that doesn't exist? So it's like, okay, you're entitled to your own opinion, but when you try to pass off that kind of opinion as a concrete, absolute fact, that is when things start to go a little awry. And, I mean, I enjoy virtual reality. I really do. But at the same time, I mean, I've had friends who get motion sick. Brian, he tried virtual reality in Assetto Corsa, and he got motion sick after a few laps. Thankfully, he didn't vomit on my rig, but he said that he was genuinely starting to feel queasy. Jeff, he adapted to it a little better. Reduced PSI by 2 in front and on back. Increased bump by 2 front, downforce reduced by 4. Okay, Owen, thank you for that. Thank you very much. I'll give that a test. So PSI by 2 on front. Jimmy, he did actually get sick once when he was doing a drift video. Which, I mean, a lot of people would do that. So, increase bump by 2 on front. Hold on. Downforce reduced to 4. Increase bump by 2. Oh, I missed the start, I guess. What happened? Okay. Okay, guess it just restarted. Okay. But yeah, sitting in front of a fan, that does help, especially with the sickness. But yeah, so RJ. Using GTA 6 for clickbait. It's something where it's like, if it's a valid discussion on the title, that's one thing. But when I've seen videos of people trying to pass GTA 5 mods as GTA 6 and say, this is GTA 6. And it's like, no, it's not. That's just dumb and stupid in my opinion. And especially when things, like when it legitimately does come out, those videos are going to end up looking very stupid. Todd, yes I am. I'm in the Heusinkveld cockpit. So after this race, I'll do a race or 2 in Project Cars 2. Oh wow, this feels so much better now. Even in that first corner under braking, you can tell there's a big difference. Whoa, ran a little wide. Can't get the run. Ho, 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 ho. Some oversteer there. Whoa. Sorry. Sorry, a bit of netcode. I did not mean to hit him. I was lifted off. I was slightly on the brakes too, and it's like, yikes. Yeah, you do get disoriented, and it was interesting because I have a friend that actually works for Telltale Games. So Telltale Games is near where I live, and he works with Telltale Games, and he has a lot of friends in the industry. So one of his friends was developing, it was, I think, a PSVR shooter, and had a lot of input about the motion sickness. And a lot of it is because the brain thinks you're in motion. Your body's sitting still, so you don't really have the G-forces acted on you. And that can be disorienting for some people. So I think it's kind of mental flexibility. You need to trick yourself in some ways to think about, yeah, I'm moving around a bit. But I don't know for certain. I'm not a specialist on that subject. But I know there are people researching to try to combat motion sickness. So it's definitely something that does apply for some people. And frame rate is also a factor. I will mention that. Because once I tried, I did try a live stream in VR. And one of the issues was it used up so much system resources, I was only getting about 60 frames per second. Now, 60 frames per second is good on a monitor, but for VR, it's disorienting. It throws you off. And it ended up making me feel queasy by the time the stream ended. That was not a good line for that corner. Ideally, you want a streaming PC or a real beefy PC. I do have a real beefy PC, but yeah, it came down to that. So I do have a secondary PC. I could try doing a dual streaming setup, or like a dual PC streaming setup. I would need to figure it out later on. I do not have a Threadripper. I have a Ryzen 7 1800X. Something kind of interesting I just realized, though. Ever since I got the direct drive wheel, I have not driven with VR yet. I need to drive again with VR with this wheel soon. I also need to add some USB ports to my computer. But yeah, I have the Ryzen 7 and also a GTX 1080. So yeah, it's that. Vive Pro should be fun. Whoa, understeer galore. I was trying to take advantage of the banking on the bottom there because it's weird camber in that turn. Oh no! No! Did I just get freaking booted? The server strikes again! For crying out loud! This only freaking happens in Assetto Corsa. This never happened in Project Cars. I mean, I think it might have happened once or twice in iRacing. But why do I only get connection issues in Assetto Corsa? Really? Really? This is getting frustrating. Because you could tell I had low ping. Blood Wolf, I do plan on doing an endurance race in the future. I want to try to set up a team or something for driver swaps and stuff, but that is unfortunate. That really is. Blarg. Blarg, 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 blarg. J. Alba Murray, the new HTC Vive has already been announced. The HTC Vive Pro. So now let's go to Project Cars. Project Cars 2, I should say. And we can do some racing in there. So I want to try to figure out a team to put together. So I will likely make an announcement to do an endurance race. Maybe an iRacing or something. And figure that out. So hold on a sec. Need to figure something. Well, thanks, Slapnuts McGee. Funny name. Funny name. So let's see. Project Cars 2. Where are you? Bottom right or bottom left. So I'll create something up in Project Cars 2 and get that figured out. I want to check something real quick. Hold on. GTO class for P Cars 2. Could try something like that later. Outer Banks. I have no clue what that is. I'm not a great driver. Give me GT3 and I'll race an endurance race. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'd like to field an entry for the 24 Hours of Le Mans, though. That would be a lot of fun. So, let's see. Create online event. Server name. Sim. Racing. Paddock. Public server. Bring out your gamer muscle. Clio Cup at Brands Hatch. Let's, even though I don't like this version of Sonoma, let's go with this. And class. GTO. Should be fitting. Same class. Sure. Let's see. Up to 32 opponents? Sure, why not? 12 laps. 15-minute qualifier. Performance impacting damage. So, mechanical damage is on, guys. Mechanical damage is on. Drive smart. Outer Banks in North Carolina. So server's live, guys. I'm gonna... Actually, let's see. Qualifying. I'm actually gonna make 20 minutes. And then start it now so people can join in. Because usually when you're session is started, it makes it easier to discover. But GTO at Sonoma Raceway, guys. GTO. Let's check something real quick, though. So, controls. For the record, I am using Jack Spade files. I know someone's going to ask. I'm using Jack Spade files. Okay, force feedback's way too high, though. Hold on, hold on. So, Because I have it set to 100% profiler, so... that should be fine. Still heavy-duty forces. Alright, Tom, you have a good night, man. Granted, it's only 3:40 p.m. here. Some minor oscillations. We'll live with that.
Steady on this outlet.
Still a little high. Or wait, what am I thinking? What am I thinking? Because 50 is still very, very high. Well, I've had deep fried gator before. It was actually pretty good look, or good tasting. I know that's the unexpected answer. Yeah, this is a lot better now. Kind of awkward. This is my least favorite representation of Sonoma Raceway, but still, it's fun to race classic cars here. I mean, this is just way, way, way off. That's an uphill. That's like an incline uphill. It's like, ugh. Only 2 people in here right now. Don't feel bad, man. The server manager for Project Cars 2 kind of stinks. Slapnuts McGee is in. I am so used to every other version of Sonoma. And that turn 5, I think that's turn 5, maybe turn 6, just throws me off. It is so freaking frustrating. I know Slightly Mad Studios said, I think they want to improve Sonoma. That cannot come soon enough. Because to be honest, this version of Sonoma feels like old Bob's Track Builder tracks when they tested out a plugin that said, okay, you can use Google Earth altitude data to make the track. So you can take Google Earth data and make the track based off of that. So a lot of people are making Bob's Track Builder tracks based off Google Earth data. And the elevations were just way off. If Project Cars 2 would have Riverside, that would be fun. Except, how would they mess that up? Well, now we have 3 people, or 4 people in. But if you want a solid version of Sonoma, check out the Race Room version. The Race Room version is not laser scanned, but it's how to do a track right. I believe they used CAD data to build the track, and it looks accurate. iRacing's version is good, but it's also, the scan is based off of 2008. The track's changed a lot since 08. Heck, Forza Motorsport's version of Sonoma's better. And I know I'm ranting a bit about it, and part of the rant is because I like Project Cars 2. It's a good, decent title. It's a decent title, but it's the little things that cause problems. For example, it's the issue where corner cutting penalties can be a little overly sensitive. It's the issues where the AI is abnormal. It's the issues where it comes down to, say, tracks being inaccurate. That is what keeps a good title from being a great title, or a great title being kept from an amazing title. It's those little things. Careful, complimenting Forza Motorsport 7 can come with repercussions. But it's like, sorry. The physics are okay. They're definitely not my favorite. They are not my favorite physics. But they're passable. It feels like it's a little too sticky in some parts. And the tires can have a bit too much bite. There's not enough slip angle in the tires, I think, in my opinion. This is a pretty scary car to drive. It really is. Totally overshot that. I don't think I can rant like a Scottish man. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, shoot. Let's wreck.
You've damaged the suspension. Hit if you're struggling with it.
Not really, RJ, and I'm not, to be frank, I'm not really interested in that, to be honest. So we have 5 people in. Not bad for GTO. 6. Or is that? No, it's like 7 or 8 now. Did they ever fix the Thrustmaster force feedback wheel troubles on Forza? I'd have to check later on. I would love the opportunity to drive on Sonoma in real life. It's just, I think it's an underrated track. It's the corners just come so quick at you, where it's like you barely have time to think. I'll have to test out that pack sometime. I need to get the season pass. They sometimes do track days there. They're more known for their drift and drag event. So I think it's like every Saturday. They have the drifts and drags. So there's the drag strip at Sonoma, which they'll have people just do drag races on. They even have something where it's like they'll have students versus cops. So high school students can take their car out there and do a drag race against cops. So it's interesting. And then over in the parking lot, garage area, they'll have drifting. Okay, that was interesting. He took the long way around. But yeah, I don't know exactly about track days, but I think I saw some things about track days before, and they were like $400 to drive your own car on the track. I totally overshot that. I completely have to think this track totally differently than how it normally is. And it's not the car. Yeah, it'd be fun to take my GTI around Sonoma, because I like the handling in the GTI, but also my car just doesn't have too much get up and go. It would be more fun to take a faster car around. And then there's the Sim Raceway Performance Driving Center, where they have, it's their car that's, I think, it's a modified Formula 3 chassis. I want to say it's like $3,000 for the driving school program, which allows you to use that car. Or it's like $1,300 for like the day drive program. Something like that. Insanely expensive. There we go. Oh, come on. Whoa. Fudge. One of the pros... I know I'm ranting again, but one of the most frustrating things about driving a track that is just inaccurate is it kind of is a shame to the creator of the track in real life. If you think about it, the people who make the tracks in real life envision it with this flow. So for example, the turn 1, the left-hander up the front straight, it seamlessly transitions into that weight transfer shift into turn 2. It's designed for that. But when a track is just created this inaccurately, so this inaccurately, it's downright jarring. So here, it's like, should just flow into the next corner, but no, it's just have to shift it. Whoa. Well, RJ, if you remember, there was sort of this dark times in NASCAR racing games where EA was just doing so poorly with the license. They had it where the cars in the top series didn't even have the maker model. So it's always interesting seeing about that, where, I mean, realistically, it's fun that Grand Theft Auto has those. It is fun. I mean, people are enjoying it. And dare I say, it couldn't bring more awareness to stock cars, even if they are unbranded. It really comes down to it. Like, if the content is being done well. If it's content that's being done poorly, it's a disservice. Sort of as I'm talking about. Tuffet 1. Hold on a sec. the GTOmegaracing.com. Their site came up okay for me, so you might want to just type it in. But yeah, every great racer has a whole list of excuses ready for any occasion. Well, congrats, Mad1723, for beating the time. 8/10's not bad. Gonna be interesting seeing how this race goes. But yeah, I mean, it's funny though, because look at, I think it was NASCAR 08 and NASCAR 09. It's kind of funny because they were, they tried doing different things with the driving. The driving model was half decent, but the rest of the game just didn't work well. Hey, Victor, how's it going? Excuse me. Let's continue. Hold on. Well, Victor, in particular, the Project Cars 2 version of Sonoma's a nasty track. Hold on a second. I might switch back to AC after this, so let's see real quick. Just doing something real quick. Well, Sim Raceway, they have a great version of Sonoma because they are located out of Sonoma. Their driving school is at Sonoma Raceway. They bought out the Jim Russell driving school there and turned it into the Sim Raceway Performance Driving Center. So they have a good version of it. Race Room is my personal favorite version, though. They're the red building on the front straight. You not get a good turn there. So on the left, that's the Sim Raceway Performance Driving Center. You can barely see it. Hey, Wicked Wonder, how's it going? Little wide there. Oh, come on. Kind of stupid that that's a corner cut penalty. I still need to try NASCAR Heat 2 sometime. I might try to find it on like a cheap sale or something. See if it actually does well. Because the original NASCAR Heat had potential, but still it felt like a reskinning of the original NASCAR Heat, which came out in 1999, I think. Hey, Polly, doing pretty well. Tired, relieved it's Friday. Been an insane week, and we just took the lead. Okay. Feel kind of bad for Mad. Okay, NASCAR Heat came in 2000. Okay. What did I have for breakfast today? So, because I had to drive Jeff to work today at 8 a.m., I dropped him off, and then I got a breakfast burrito from Jack in the Box. I know it's not the healthiest breakfast, but it's just like, yeah, it was quick, cheap. Do I have any streams planned for the weekend? Possibly. I might try something Saturday if I have time. Jack in the Box is pretty good. It's definitely interesting food. I'll put it that way. Interesting food. Their munchie meals are basically glorified stoner cravings. Do you get chocolate Ready Beak over there? I don't know what that is, so I'm guessing no. So we're 12.1 seconds up, except we did not get a good corner there. Oh wow, I did not realize I set this to a 12-lap race, so let's just do our due diligence, stay clean. I've never had Church's Chicken. Minty, thank you for subscribing. Actually, my cousin's name is Joe, but Joe is pretty close to Jack. Ah! Dang it. Don't hit the wall. Dang it, we hit the wall. Okay, our steering is a little off, but we're not getting the meatball, so let's keep going. I think we'll be all right. We lost a ton of ground, though. I mean, our advantage. It's not netcode. That was just me making a mistake. We get Popeye's chicken here and KFC. Those are the two main ones here. So we gotta be careful though. Now we have a damaged car. We can't push too hard. This corner just feels so off compared to the others. Or other versions of Sonoma. RJ. Those segments in Family Guy were always pretty funny. The chicken. Well, we're building up a gap. I might get Popeyes for a late lunch after this. So I'll do one more race after this, and then I'm going to get a late lunch. Wicked Wonder. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I forgot to change the Twitch. This is Project Cars 2. Sorry. I forgot to change the title into Twitch. We started off in Assetto. Pauly Race Room Racing Experience. That's, in my opinion, what I think has the best version. Not laser scan, but I think it's built using CAD data. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to change the Twitch. I overclocked it to 3.9 gigahertz, which works pretty well, I think. Funny, we're talking about chicken and KFC Ninja drops in. Also mentioned I have it water-cooled. I might have to check if my motherboard has any new BIOS on it, and I might be able to see if I can squeeze out a little more performance since I have it water-cooled. And it's obviously not temps keeping me from further overclocks. I have KFC a lot more than Popeyes. Yeah, Jay's 2 cents, I might talk to... maybe I'll shoot him a message. There's always a slim chance that he would respond. But also, it's interesting because he gets into racing. I've been interested in possibly doing like I call it the Sim Racing Personality Shootout. So, for example, myself... Gamer Muscle, Jimmy Broadbent, Billy Strange, Sean Cole, get all of us together in a race, and we can try doing that and having fun with that. And who knows, maybe on a slim chance, Jay's 2 cents, maybe he'd be interested because he has a racing setup. Maybe Barcules. I knew he was big in iRacing back in the day. Yeah, I have the MSI Z370. Or is it 370 or is it Z350? Or no, it's X370. Z270 is my Intel. I keep on getting them mixed up. Over rev the engine right there. Not good. Let's get a little smooth. Nicky Team, definitely. I've never actually met him. I've watched a couple of his streams, so I'll talk to him about it. And shoot out emails. Yeah, Barkulis is still big, but I think after a while he just maybe got burned out on iRacing or something. But yeah, I'd be interested in talking to him, see about how it works. Yeah, I got extremely fortunate when I bought my 1080, because when I bought my 1080, it was in between cryptocurrency spikes. So I bought my 1080 from Newegg for $530, which is still a little pricey-ish, or pricey-ish. But yeah, it is really, like, I'm happy with the price I bought it for, especially looking at prices are now. One sim title would like to remaster, likely Grand Prix Legends. Imagine that remastered with a new tire model, but still that same historic feel. When you drive up, you see the pit board that you can view, and that's like the main extent of the interface. That would be an awesome title to remaster. Alina, I started off with Assetto Corsa, actually. That's what I started off with. But I'm debating, because I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm going to do one more race after this, and then get food. Maybe I'll stream again this, in a little bit. Oh, I apologize, I can't read that name, but thank you so much for that donation. Thank you so much for that. That means a lot. Yeah, separate USB cable for Fanatic shifter. It's a bit of a pain. And that's one of the reasons I'm not using the shifter on this cockpit right now, because I don't have that adapter. But it's a good shifter. It really is a great shifter. Yes, I do VR. I haven't recently though. But one of the things I am going to be taking a look at in the near future, I got, was the VR cover. So that foam that's on the headset that you put on your head, you have that. And, what am I saying? That you have that cover. And, or not cover, you have the foam and it rests on your face to make it a little softer on your face. And it can be a little uncomfortable. It doesn't breathe well. So I got the VR cover, which allows you to replace that foam. Would VR work with one blind eye? Worth it? It would work, but you would miss out on some of the benefits. Because one of the main benefits of virtual reality is depth perception, where you have two simulated viewpoints. So, I mean, the head tracking would still definitely work great on a VR headset, and is definitely great in its own way, but you still wouldn't get the depth perception per se. So VR would work, but you just miss out on some of the depth perception. But I might have to experiment with that, because my sister's boyfriend, I think he's legally blind in one eye. So it might be something to test out. Use him as a guinea pig. He said he'd be interested in testing out the rig sometime. Last lap. In the zone. Auto zone. Actually, I just had to buy replacement tail lights. Or not tail lights, but bulbs from AutoZone for my GTI. Strangely, both of my rear tail lights went out at the same time. Both of them shorted out, so I had to get replacement bulbs. Only $6, but it's like still a bit of a pain. Did anything good happen to Project Cars? Well, 2 is, in my opinion, a bit of an improvement over Project Cars 1. Still a lot of work that needs to be done. I think there was a recent update or something that improved the AI, though, which is nice. Dang it. I'm going to get a corner cut penalty for that, I bet. No, I'm not. Okay, that's good. I usually buy my car batteries from Costco for me. And we get the win. I am happy with that. But yeah, I like getting my car batteries from Costco myself. Good deals. They generally last a while. So I'm going to do one more race, and we'll see how that goes. I want to do an experiment, though. I'm going to set it to a multi-class race. I always find it funny when people talk about Napa Auto Parts, because I live about 20 miles from Napa. So let's try something out. I wish they had Sebring in Project Cars 2. That would have been so much fun. But let's do this. We'll do Daytona. And let me check something. There's rule no, that's not what I'm looking for. Some settings. Am I gonna have to create a new? Am I missing? I'm looking for where I can change it to class or yeah. Hold on. But yeah, so I'm starting a new online. I'm going to do multi-class though. Multi-class. So we will do clear all. So let's check car real quick. So group by class. LMP3. I'm going to go with LMP2. So LMP2 and GT3 maybe? That'll be an interesting mix. We're going to make this a longer race, 20 laps. We're going to make it carry over into the night, though. So yeah, that should work. So we'll make this race count. Can I create a mandatory pit stop? Yes, I can. So, 1 pit stop. This is going to be so much fun, guys. Do I think the Fuel VR is going to work out? It's a toss-up. I'm going to put it that way. It is going to be a toss-up. I'm kind of nervous, John. I'm kind of nervous, to be honest. Because it was supposed to come out this month. It was supposed to be... but... at the same time, it just didn't work out. So, hopefully they listen to my input. I'm hoping they do. Because if they listen to my input and they make some of the changes that I think they should change, I think it has potential. Oh, I need to change the paddles. Hold on. But this should be an exciting setup. So hold on. Gear up, gear down. We're going to want to map headlights too. So vehicle, headlights. Yes. Start engine. Ignition. I don't think we have to worry about KERS or DRS. So let's see how this works out. So this is going to be the last race of the stream, guys, just letting you know. So let's see how this works out. Let's get some fun people in this race, though. So we have one GT3, one LMP2. Project Cars 2 worth the price? I'd say yes, but even better deal on sale. I get quite a bit of enjoyment out of it. There's this really good Chinese place over where I live. Oh, they have a great lunch special. It's like $8.50 for a huge plate with chicken, soup, like chow mein or rice, your choice. Oh, it's good stuff. Whoops. So, Alexi, infinite range is an interesting topic because I think what they mean by that to an extent is that the way direct drive wheels work is because there is no hardware limitation, it can spin all it wants. I'm not sure how it is going to work with the driver because, as mentioned in my video, the driver doesn't exist yet. It was just using a generic Windows driver. However, there was a soft lock in place when I was testing it at 1080 degrees, so it already works, I think. But yeah, when the wheel's off, you can spin it all you want in any direction. I keep on overshooting that. Let me check something. I also want to see if I can invite some friends into this stream. Hold on. Who's actually playing Project Cars 2 right now? Turn 1, you... does a subtle course have soft lock? I feel it does. Are not really too much, I don't think. It's all good, Alexi. But random thought, as inaccurate as Sonoma felt in Project Cars 2, this feels relatively spot on. Visually it might not look perfect, but in terms of what it provides, I think it's pretty darn close to the real track. Oh my gosh. There's just no slip in these tires, really. Okay, so Matt is in the LMP. Whoa, that curb unsettled the car big time. I do have VR, Charlie. Just for live streams, I tend to prefer driving with a monitor. Makes it easier to present and interact with you guys. Unless you're talking to Raggy. with chat, it can be a little iffy to see. I just realized, is the server named Slapnuts McGee is driving in VR. Alina, I'm using a single screen. On my right screen, I have the chat overlay. Well, I'm using a single screen, yes. Oh, server's named Lobby. Oh, shoot. Hold on. How do you chat? Okay. Idiot moment. Wait, can I change it in here? No, I can't. Is my pit stop animation switched on? I have no clue. I have no clue. I think it is. Hold on. Well, that was my dumb moment for the day. SimRacingPaddock. There we go. So we'll do 15-minute qualifier. And I think 20 laps might be a bit long for people, so we'll do 14. Servers back up. Add GTE. Hold on. Should I do GTE instead of GT3? Let's do both. Why not? So GTE is in. SimRacingPaddock name. Boom, boom, boom. Servers up, guys. Please consider joining. Should be fun. Hold on, I want to check something real quick. Excuse me. Oh, dang it. Wow, I just dropped my keyboard. Lost like 4 keys. Whoops. Guys, I lost control. Dumb joke, but yeah. Do you expect any less from me? My dash isn't working. They need to update the Project Cars 2 driver. James Ellis, favorite wheel, Club Sport wheel version 2.5 from Fanatic for the consumer market. Open sim wheel, I'd say, is my favorite currently, though. Mickey's back in. Slap next. Let's try to get more people in, though. Should be fun. I do not take that corner in the right way, I think. T150 is a great entry budget wheel. It really is. I like the sound of this car. Especially considering I think it's like a turbocharged 4-cylinder. Hey, Full House, how's it going? Server name SimRacingPaddock, Project Cars 2, LMP2, GT3, and GTE around Daytona. Currently, we have 2 LMP2s, 1 GT3. Keep on braking early there. Fair enough, Full House. I consider doing that, but it's something where sometimes it's like, it can be fun. And people like doing the online races. So, it's like, okay, let's see how it goes. Full house. Yeah, I know the feeling. Dang, 3 seconds up. Braked a little late. He is mad fast. Might have enough fuel for one more lap. We're gonna run out of gas, dang it. And we had a good lap going. And we're out. We had such a good lap going too, dang it. Fudge. Elena, thanks for the follow. Thank you. I think we can lower the downforce though. Boost pressure 100. Hold on. New setup. Daytona. Let's go. Daytona. So do that. Rashid, yes, I won the last race. $18 liters. Safety news, what? To put it simple, Raggy, VR will be the most immersed you would ever really get with a in sim racing. So I won in the GTO class with the Audi at Sonoma Raceway. Let's see what we can do here, though. Three minutes left, guys, if you want to join in this race. Warn for unsafe exit, really? Those are just way, way too sensitive in my opinion. Get some heat in these tires. Hey, sim enthusiast, I'm doing pretty well. Won the last race, but also just had a crazy past week. Thankful that it's finally Friday. How are you doing, man? Dirge is in. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny though, because the Feel VR video, I got done 24 hours after I first got my hands on the wheel. I slaved away at that video, got only 3 hours of sleep. Let's see if I can beat the lap. I'm not sure if I can. Oh, that was oversteer. Yeah, I'm still nervous about the Feel VR, to be frank. Hopefully it'll improve. Hopefully it will. I'd say the OSW is a safer bet, or like the SW7C from Simplicity. It really was janky. It really was. It was definitely cobbled together. It was a cobbled together wheel. I think this is going to be my last lap. Sim enthusiast, it's an LMP2 and GT3 race. So you can join in the GT3 class. Dang it, I wanted one more lap. I wanted one more lap. So this is going to be my last race for the day, guys. I need to get food after this. Yeah, Matt, I wouldn't mind if you spun and wrecked again. Girlfriend emergency. Well, at least you have one. Well, Sim Enthusiast, are you friends with me on... I'm not sure if you're friends with me. I don't see you, unfortunately, so... Yeah. Well, let's see how this race gets. It's also going to transition to night. Should be an interesting...
This means you must make one single pit stop.
Yeah, and mandatory pit stop too, so... Keep that in mind, guys. Mandatory pit stop. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Just wanted to change some controls real quick. Oh, we need to change to race setup too. So load setup, Daytona. Let's see how this goes. I guess what it might come down to is if I can win on strategy. Let's see what we can do for... We are a little heavy on fuel, so that's why I'm not going to take any in the pit stop. What is he doing? What the? Okay. No, unfortunately, I didn't take home the Feel VR. I didn't want to take home a paperweight anyway. I think it was an early model. I think it's earlier than the state of development because I think it's their more updated model. It had some issues with the US power currents, so I wasn't really able to use their latest model. Will there be lapping this race? I'm not sure. 11 seconds. I have no clue if we're gonna lap anyone this race. We are going to transition to nighttime, though. What? Okay, thank you. His car just handles so much better in the slower sections. I'm just noticing. Wonder if he's on soft tires too. Thank you, Repo Man, for subscribing. I'm going to try something interesting, though. Whoa, whoa. It's going to be an interesting experiment. Let's see if it pays off. Didn't really want to talk about it, though, because I don't know if this guy's listening in on my stream. G29 is a decent console wheel. I'd say if you get it for under $250, then it's a good deal. Anything above, I'd be a little wary. He's clearly the faster car. Did he miss his braking point? He missed his braking point. That's an interesting twist. How come I barely live stream iRacing? I do some live streaming of iRacing. It's just recently I just tend to prefer other titles. That's just one of my main things. But I want to start doing some of the iRacing endurance events. I think those would be so much fun to take part in. So maybe get a team put together for that. Maybe run Le Mans. Okay, so Mad must have won in the pits last lap. They're starting to pit. Strategy's going to kick in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I missed my braking point a hair. 10-second penalty, okay, for GT3. That kind of stinks. I'm gonna pit going to lap 8, so at the halfway point. And Plate, missed that. Sorry. Thanks for subscribing. Wait, Matt, did you wreck? What happened, Matt? Oh, Matt, I'm sorry to hear that. I thought you just pitted. Oh. Ouch. That's rough, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, you were doing well. But, okay, Matt, I have a question. You were coming up on me into the bus stop. And then all of a sudden you just shot past me. Did you just miss your braking point or something? So I'm pitting now. Down to 37. That's just crazy. Okay, you missed your braking point. I just wanted to figure that. Because I just saw you shoot by me and it's like, whoa! Wait, where's my thing? What happened there? Oh, I forgot to request the stop. Dang it. Request pit stop. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I would have just totally handed the win to Mad, too. But I'll put in this time. So yeah, you need to request your stop. Totally forgot about that. So both guys got 10-second penalties. Dang. That means they'll be competing for position, I guess. Jimmy Broadbent level of fail. Okay. I'll take that as a badge of honor. So let's slow down. There we go.
Release. Go.
I know that's a quick stop. So, Mad, what I did was a strategy. So what I did was I wanted to see if I could double stint the tires. That was my strategy. I was going to try to beat you with that strategy. Sorry, Matt. Everyone has those days at times. I remember one time I ran an iRacing race in Sebring, and it's like, boom. I almost disqualified in that race because at one of the corners, the car just would always slide out from under me, enter in this crazy drift. I wouldn't lose control, but it would always give me a 2x for it because I broke the 90-degree plane. Matt and I had the same strategy. Hey, Raggy. Don't hate on my man. You have a good one. Looks like we're going to lap these guys, but look how close they are. That's a good battle for the GT3 win. Skid, yes, pit stop was mandatory. I issued a mandatory pit stop for this race. Because it adds a bit of strategy, right? Fair enough, Matt. Thanks for the tip. So, Matt, the lower the percentage, the smaller the opening, correct? Okay, thanks for the input, Matt. Whoa, okay, that almost lost control there. Random thought, Project Cars 2, unrealistic. There would never be that many people in the crowd to watch 3 cars racing. Project Cars 2, Project Cars, Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Overshooting Ascari, not even once. My next sim racing system car is the Ginetta Super Cup. Should be an exciting series, very fun car. Takes a couple laps to really come to its own, but when it does, it feels really good. Whoa, that carried a lot of speed into that corner. Looks like I'm not going to be able to lap these guys. Or maybe I am. Okay, next year I'll try to set up a team to do 24 hours of Daytona. That could be a lot of fun. Okay, 1 lap to go. Will we lap this guy? Looks like he's going to get lapped. But the question is, could I ever get Brian or Jeff trained to a level where they could also enter in a race with me? That could be fun. Because Jeff, he's saying he'd be open to trying more sim racing stuff in the future. Whoop! It's all good, Cologne Trooper. More the merrier around here. I would love to do the LMP2 Daytona Prototype stuff. That would be such a fun car. I mean, sure, we'd have to deal with the GT racers, but yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe if I get my level high enough, we would get into the same split as, say, like Jimmy Broadbent. Pretty good race, though, all things considered. I'm happy. But, man. Little disappointed I couldn't have, like, battled the battle of strategies against Mad. But, yeah. My I rating for road, I want to say, is like 1600, 1700. So I'm definitely not the best either. Well, Blood Wolf, in endurance races, time differences are a benefit, if you think about it, because it's a 24-hour race, which means that you could race at the time I'm supposed to be sleeping, things like that. So, options like that work well, actually. So, we could try to work something out. And then also in May, I think, is Le Mans, which could be an exciting event. So, guys, it's been fun. This was a good event. And, yeah, so, hey, got a couple wins. B1530 rating, so not the best rating, but not the worst. So, guys, thanks for racing. This was fun. I mean, would have loved to have some more people, but also it's Friday, so people are working. But yeah, so guys, thanks for taking part. I'll try to see about either doing a video or live stream tomorrow, but I am hungry. I need food. So thanks for watching, and for now, you have a great rest of your day, guys.